Yo, what's poppin'? It's your boy Abel, man. And look, we back with another one. Sim.
Yes, sir.
It's a great episode. I always say it's a great episode, but this a good one.
You always say it's great because it's true. Because we always got great episodes because we always have amazing guests.
We got amazing guests.
Today,
Who we got?
we doing something a little different.
Sit up straight a little bit. Sit up straight a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Educated
We got educated black woman on here.
black woman on the pilot. I'm gonna go.
Hold on.
There it is.
This how they go. This how they sit right here. They
Gotta
got
sit proper.
Yeah.
So when on Here to Inspire, we always like talk about faith, family, film, and all things creative.
Hello.
And when people think of creativity, they always put it in a box, right?
Yeah.
They think we paint, we draw, we make film, we create this, we create that.
We do it all, Sim.
We do it all, but creativity is being able to see something and making an adjustment when nobody else can.
Talk
Right?
heavy. Now look, y'all. We just started, and Sim is talking extremely heavy.
That's because the guest is so powerful.
Huh?
We talk about somebody who thrives for justice.
Yeah.
Somebody who looks for change.
I said, huh?
Somebody who advises those who you vote for. Come on now.
Talk heavy.
I think we're talking about none other than
None other.
Ariel.
Ooh wee.
Y'all gonna write my obituary.
Ooh wee.
We appreciate you coming on.
So much for having me. Absolutely, we got to get it down now before I
Hey,
leave.
write that. Put that there.
You here?
We're gonna use it later, but
You here?
I'm
Later,
Oh
gonna
my
need it.
God.
Sure.
How you doing today?
I feel good.
You feel good today?
Yeah.
We appreciate you coming on.
I appreciate it. Have my salt water. I'm doing great.
Ooh wee.
Hydrated. Remember, kids, salt water keeps you hydrated.
So look, let's get straight to it. How I feel to be in a position at your age.
Ooh.
Being an
and-
advisor.
Come on, huh?
A mayoral. I can't even say.
You gotta
I can't
say
even
it right.
Can you help me out?
Advisor.
That's like when I watched the podcast and you couldn't say, oh, it was a word.
Man, I remember
She
that too.
getting
That
on me.
joke was
Hold
funny.
on.
I remember that. That was funny though.
I actually was thinking about that the other day because I think I'm like 10 years in at this point. So,
Ooh,
but
wait.
10
what's
years.
his name? What's the rapper name out of Fayetteville, North Carolina?
You talking about the baby?
J. Cole.
No, J. Cole.
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 His album came 10 today.
Ooh,
So
That's
just thinking
crazy.
about his maturation of who he was then and now, and
Yeah.
then putting it up against what I've like gone
ooh
through.
wee.
I was like, I'm a baby goat. I'm not a goat yet. I'm actually
Baby
like
goat.
a little baby.
Man.
Your way.
I'm on my way. So
Two. Why are you so good at that?
I feel like he practiced by
Practice
himself.
in the mirror.
You know, that's part of my DNA, cuz.
I give it to you. I give it to you.
Part of my DNA.
But go on.
But yeah, it's not something I didn't plan for this.
Mm.
Like, it's not something that I planned for it at all. Like, I kept asking myself, like, what was my why or my how? And I marvel at people who've been in the industry and the game that have, like, their why and how, because
Yeah.
I'm still focused on the who.
Ooh.
Come on now.
And, like,
Say that one more time.
I marvel at people who, like, know their why and how, because I'm still focused on the who. I don't have a why or how. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't have a plan for this. The only thing I knew God had, obviously he has plans for all of us, but how he revealed his plan for me is just in the patterns of my life.
Yeah.
Like, little patterns of my life. Like, from the time I was like 6 or 7, I was like in my drawers in the kitchen, looking like a small white box TV in our kitchen. And it was the Al Gore and Bush, they was ramping up
Yeah.
for the presidential election. And I remember thinking at like 6, 7 years old, the correlation of politics and power.
That's crazy.
How did I put that in my mind at
Yeah.
that point? It couldn't be me.
Yeah.
So, and then I have a pattern of that, just little small things all throughout my life that didn't necessarily string together at that point for me.
Yeah.
But now that I look back at it, it's like I didn't have a plan. He did, yeah, and he also had a pattern, and
Yeah.
that's what I paid
Ooh, wee.
attention to.
That's
Man, that's
That's-
incredible.
Yeah.
That's
Bro, that's a-
6 or 7 looking at
Look,
Bush and Gore.
and thinking that is wow.
Yeah.
Not understanding Republican, Democrat, bipartisan, none of that, but knowing that I had some type of like glean into how that works. Like,
Yeah.
I want to be a part of that. I
There's
literally
a pool.
Yeah, because in high school, I was a cheerleader, dance. I knew I was going to school for political science.
Yeah.
Why? Because at 6, It was something that was put in me at 6
Ooh,
Wow.
wait,
that I held
that's
on to.
good.
That's incredible.
That's amazing.
None of it aligned with
What you were doing
the other
in the
stuff
moment,
in high
exactly.
school, even through college. Like, I had to work all through college. I didn't get the opportunity to like intern at certain things until my last year of college. And the reason why that happened was because I was working. I had just lost my job at Forever 21.
Mm-hmm.
A girl, I believe in this saying. I'm a part of a larger network. We believe in this mantra, like life moves at the speed of relationships.
Mm.
And my life, like, is a testament of my relationships.
Yeah.
Like, other people's resolve and yeses for their lives is the testament of my life.
Oh my God.
So my friend from high school connected me to a job at Ruth's Chris because I needed a job, and I became a hostess. Come to find out, the Hilton was right across the street from the State House.
Yeah.
The mayor at the time, which was the first black mayor of Columbia, South Carolina, he was in his first term. He was the part owner of the Hilton. So he would come in during breakfast time
Consistently.
and do things in there. And I talk a whole lot
those
of trash.
interactions.
And I would interact, but beyond him, I was interacting with the state treasurer,
Come on.
state house people. I had no idea. So they're asking me what I want to do. At this point, I'm telling God, like, I'm about to graduate school. I don't have no type of stuff going on.
Come on.
I don't know what I'm going to do. People ask me, I was talking about procurement. I was just throwing names out there that made sense. Project management. I don't know. I didn't know what I was going to
I
do.
don't even know what procurement is.
Look, it's a whole
Sound
little
peculiar.
process. Yeah. So just,
Dad joke.
yeah, sitting there for like, it was very
you-
daddyish. It was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
even dad.
Oh my God. So I gotta go back to what you just said was so impactful. You said life moves at the speed of relationships. Oh my God.
That's a banger.
like
Yeah.
that's
Throw it on a t-shirt.
look, I'm
We
putting
have
that
it?
that's
We
in
take that?
that's in my pocket
we-
right now. I just grabbed that, put that in my pocket. Like, bro, that just moved me so crazy.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, like, in the speed of your relationship, that requires honor. So, like, if you going, think about if you're driving down a road and you see a speed limit.
Yeah.
You have to honor the speed limit on the road. It's the same thing with your relationships.
Flip the
So
table.
people get so caught up in, like, of course you have to be good at what you do.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, all those things. But it's more so about the people that are connected to you. Do you know my mother died in 2004? The mayor then, the mayor that I worked for, he was supposed to run for mayor in 2004. He decided not to because his predecessor wanted to run again. He waited 11, what was it? He ended up, that was 2004. He waited until 2011 to run again. He could have changed his mind. He could have changed his yes, not realizing that 10 years from 2004, it was the little girl that just lost her mom that needed his yes to actually have a space for her in the future. So
That
it's like, it
heavy.
goes back to just the basis of how people have done me.
Yeah.
That's the same way I want to be for other people.
Yeah.
So it's like for 2024, I keep saying, like, this is the year for the mature.
Ooh, we
Like,
talk.
it's time to honor the responsibility of the seat.
Ooh.
Not trying to figure out the comfort of the seat. Not
Yeah.
trying to figure out, because I'd be like, can I get a headrest, some cup holders?
Exactly.
I need to get comfortable.
Exactly.
And then you miss the whole thing because
Exactly, yeah.
your comfort, and then you forget that you still need to honor the people that are connected to you. Sometimes you like, and it's a good thing, but sometimes we honor the work more than the bodies that get us.
That are connected to
Jesus.
That's-
Oh my God.
I mean, we see it all the time though, right? We see let's bring it to church. We see like pastors who like look for their comfort beyond, like, before their congregation, right?
Yep.
And the congregation is in shambles. They still got a church, still people, bodies in there, but the congregation's in shambles.
They want the so much
You got,
social media
like,
views
You
up.
got like
Come on.
20
Yeah.
divorces over here, 20 people cheating over here. You got abuse in the higher administration of it all, in the lead, the seat of the whole thing. Well, for the most part, the whole thing is worried about, how can I be more comfortable? How can I look right? How can And if we don't honor the seat that we're positioned in,
Jeez.
everything else doesn't even like get a chance. Man, that's crazy.
It's just empty space.
It's empty space.
Oh my.
It's literally
Like, you talking crazy.
literally, and it's I always put that in front of my mind because sometimes I forget.
Yeah.
Like even in the work that I do, because at 31 years old, and I know that I'm in this space because I do honor the folks that I'm connected to.
Yeah.
And I really take trust like seriously. But I have elected officials across the country at 31 years old trusting me to give them strategy to move.
Yeah.
Not even elected official, nonprofits, C-suite level executives that call on me for things that sometimes I got to call on somebody else to figure it out.
Wait. Now, let's go there. What kind of pressure that put on you right there? though?
Exactly.
What kind of pressure is that? Like, what that? Can you sleep at night?
Yeah, because again, I honor my relationships.
For sure.
I don't. It's not. There's pressure. Absolutely, there's pressure. The pressure that I'm dealing with right now is being 10 years in, trying to build something not necessarily new, but in a different capacity because I want to build my government affairs firm out. It's the pressure of the perception of looking like I've arrived.
Yeah.
And dealing with that weight and still knowing that I have so much more to do. So yeah, I post pictures at the White House. Yeah, I post pictures with elected officials. But that has, like, I haven't even scratched the surface yet.
Come on.
And we get so caught up in what's going on the outside and our social media highlight. I think we get lackadaisical and actually what we're called to do.
Yeah.
That's real.
Because after we post a picture,
you get caught up.
You get caught.
You get caught
it's
up.
like it's cute. It's like,
Exactly.
Yeah, I just did this.
I'm getting enough dopamine hits after all these after people like commenting, after people shared it.
The
like
Instagram.
100 times.
It's
You ain't
Exactly. I'm
do
just
it.
like, I need that.
you took a picture.
And
with-
then the work behind
Yeah.
it is just like thrown to the wind. That's crazy.
You took a picture with someone with influence.
Yeah.
And you're using their influence to be a mirror to something you haven't done
Oh
yet.
my God.
And then and you have no capacity for it, literally. And I'm getting spiritual, but this morning I went to the gym.
Yeah.
While I was about to unalive myself on the dismiss machine, and God said to me, like, Ariel, what I want to do in the earth, I first have to do in you. So he's like, I want to expand you.
Yeah.
He was like, I want to use you through you to expand and to bridge and do all these things in earth, but you got to first let me do it inside of you.
Yeah.
I want to use you to influence, but can I influence you?
Yeah.
It's that willingness and being able to surrender though.
Yeah.
Like, oh my goodness, when you being able to
being able to be like that fertile ground.
no, for real.
Yeah.
Like, all right, come on, Lord, you can water me.
You can water me.
Water, go ahead,
'Cause-
Lord. I'm exactly.
I was gonna say the Lord he plants like spiritual seeds so that we can plant physical seeds.
Come on now, talk heavy.
He gives us like what we can't see, the intangibles like inside of us, and that gives us like that resilience. It gives us that drive. It gives us that
get
go
us
ahead.
to-
And then like when we got that go ahead, we could stand in the audiences and the atmospheres
Exactly.
of different people
and not be
physical,
like shaking.
and not be
Not be
shaking,
shaking.
but
Not be
rooted.
shaking. Come
Oh, that's
on, man.
Or taken away by their praise and applause.
on.
Because when you rely on their praise and applause, you're going to also rely on their advice and direction.
Too.
And a lot of times, and what I'm going through now is, and out of love, people out of love, like that love me,
Yeah.
they think I should be in certain spaces, right? Like, you know, maybe in DC, like certain spaces just in correlation to what I have going on.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to realize that what may be a climax to you ain't nothing to him.
Come on.
In the relation, in the context of me. Like, God can put you in a place, it's like a place of famine.
Come on.
And still make you like make you thrive. But it's the ability to have wisdom in it.
Shout out
like,
to Joseph.
People are like,
For real.
yeah.
Shout out to Joseph.
And it's like people be like, well, I think you should you should be doing this because you know this person, or you're doing this because you have access here, and we forget to play the long game.
Yeah.
I always go in a room. I'm not looking.
Talk about that all the time.
Yeah, I'm not looking at the person who already made it.
Yeah.
I'm 10 years down the line. I'm looking at the person who's building seeds that just like me. If the person who already made it comes to me, that's cool.
Exactly.
But I'm playing the long game. 10 times down the line, I had posted something. I'm like, the new guard always becomes the old guard, and it goes
Good.
back to honoring
That's good.
the people,
Come on.
the relationships you
Yeah.
have in your life.
Come on.
Because they're going to change. They're going to switch.
Yeah.
And you need to check how you treat them and how you engage them, even in a space if they're immature. Like
Yeah.
that informs the work that you're gonna do.
That's really good. Can you speak a little bit more to that? Like being able to like withstand being not so much submitted, but like committed to somebody who may be not as mature or not as not as mature as you believe they should be or what they actually should be.
Yeah, so I'm still going through that. I'm still trying to work through that. But I realize that there's a lot of things I need access to
Yeah.
that I won't ever get access to because I'm still stuck on little foxes and little holes. So if I'm in a situation right now, I'm learning the power of being diplomatic. Like the ability to engage with folks that you don't agree with.
Come on.
Because I have something else I need to get done, and it has nothing to do with here.
Yeah.
Like if I stay here, that's where God's gonna keep me. You're gonna be in your offense. I'm gonna keep you in the place of immaturity. I'm gonna keep you in this same thing. And then when you look up 5 years from now and you're trying to figure out why I didn't move, it's because you couldn't get over Sally Mae treating you like smaller than you actually were.
Yeah.
And then you actually gonna stay small 5 years from now, and Sally Mae was right.
Stuck in there. Yeah. That's crazy.
Stuck. Can't even get out.
Yeah. And now look who look
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Can't even get out.
Oh man.
Mentally stuck.
Mentally
Yeah.
stuck.
So-
Hey, what
yeah.
the Bible say? Hey, don't judge. What did it say?
What it say?
It says judge not. Dang. When it's talking about judging, I'm paraphrasing, Lord.
You know.
But no,
Spend time with me.
When you judge somebody, you'll be judged by the same measure. That's what.
Yeah.
You'll be judged by the same measure. So with you being so focused and like so offended and so like committed to this offense, you've wrapped yourself within that judgment to now other people and other things are now surrounding you to make you like constantly just like, oh, it's the same thing I was talking to them about. Like, why is this happening to me? That's crazy.
You killing destiny because you can't get past the attitude.
Sheesh.
Don't get sensitive when it's you.
Don't
You
get
don't-
sensitive. What?
You can't move the work forward that will impact generations to come because they didn't say hi to you this morning.
Come on, you still offended?
They stuck on that man.
That was 8
I'm
in
talking
the
about-
morning.
They added.
Go
Hey,
to
look,
lunch.
you know, I'm,
Like,
look. I'm like this
Go
all
get
the
a glizzy,
time.
please.
go get a glizzy. I know you hungry.
Please. I know.
Down the street on the corner.
Let's get past this.
They selling
because
out here right now.
Because we got work to do.
Literally.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Hey,
People be so upset because you ain't say nothing to them. I'm like, look,
I'm even
man,
thinking about you.
we
I
are
forgot we had that conversation.
my mind on something totally different.
Like doing what I'm called to do.
And it's not even like I forgot about who you are. It's we are bigger than this.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even I'm bigger. We are bigger than we're made in an image.
Come
like
on.
stop playing with me.
Stop.
But what happens when you
Whoop your
when it goes
head.
back
Boy,
to-
nah.
Hey, for real.
Boy,
what happens when you're engaging with somebody who don't believe the same?
Gee, now that come on. That's a good one.
You gonna stay stuck. I gotta go. Hey, for real. It's like
But you might be the one that pulled them through.
Hey,
yeah,
no,
that's true.
The
real-
It's been
responsibility
plenty
of
of times,
the
yeah.
Like
That's
I know
real.
my work goes beyond. I mean, of course, with just in mayors engaging them all across the country, I do great work. But I understand I understand what it means to engage them beyond the work. Like,
Yeah.
and people forget to do that,
Yeah.
That's good.
and then they normally can't move. They can't move shit forward because
Yeah.
all this is discombobulated.
So being a black woman. Oh wait, y'all hear that? My fault.
You need a haul.
I need, I need some of that salt water.
Salt water, for real.
So, with being a black woman and even just with what you do, do you think, or have you ever come across any of those, not I wouldn't say come across situations, but in a sense of like, maybe we're not gonna let her do this right now because we need somebody, or they need somebody more. I want to say masculinity or fix my word, but
Male
male. But you know,
or
how is that?
Caucasian.
How real can I be?
We on here to
Hey.
inspire.
As real as you need.
If I'm being honest,
Yeah.
as being a black woman in the context of my career,
Yeah,
black men have been the most honorable to me.
it's amazing. Come on, let's clap it up.
We don't get it a lot. Hey, we don't
They have.
we don't get to hear
Come
that a
on.
lot.
No, come on, yeah.
Dang. Talk about it.
Talk, please.
Context of black women, it's been a bit of a bumpy road in how we engage in the same room, how we show up in the same room. That's been something that I have been tussling with since I was like 21 years old. I remember when I first started working for the mayor, and I came home. I called my dad. I was in the parking lot crying my eyes out. I'm like, man, this is mean. Like, they are mean.
Yeah.
And I remember my father saying, like, look, there's going to be a list of things that you cry about. Make one of these not one of them. Just make sure that when you're engaging with them, you be who you need to be. You want them to be for you. But it's like hard in that space, and then it's hard in other spaces.
Yeah.
Because I'm very unassuming. You don't know unless you know.
Yeah.
And when you deal with people in the spaces that I like work in, if you're not like pushing yourself out to the forefront and making a loud bang, they will try to push you to the back. That, you know, it's hard when you are trying to engage, build yourself, when you're walking into rooms where people have been there for 20 years, but they don't want to let you in. They try to blackball you, side rail you, push you to the side. I've had women act like that I've worked with, I didn't even send them nothing on an email, delete stuff, like having to be
Come on, man.
mindful of what I do, how I do it, like making sure I keep copies of things. And it becomes like sometimes at some point I'm like, man, this ain't worth it. But it actually is, because it's teaching me a duality.
Yeah.
To be as shrewd as snake and soft as a dove. It's a scripture.
Yeah.
It's being able to have wisdom, sensibility, prudence.
Yeah.
Like all those things taught me that, because there's going to be a time where I plan to build one of the largest government affair firm in the country.
Speaking.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I plan to do. I plan to roll with top dogs, not just in this country, but internationally.
Yeah.
So if I got to deal with Barbara being rude to me because she not happy with herself, because that's all that is, I'm cool with that.
Oh my God,
That's
I
incredible.
love that.
That's incredible.
Like, we talk all the time.
Because people
Like, all
love
the time.
offending folk.
Yeah.
People love to disrespect
They
the
love-
artistry, disrespect like the creativity, disrespect the age difference, disrespect like how we look, how we talk, all of the things, all of the like minuscule things. Like, they love doing that.
But see, like, so even in the film field
Mm-hmm.
that I'm in, like, I didn't go to college for any of this. Like, I'm just like self-taught. You know what I mean?
The best kind.
When it's on you, when God put the gift on you, it's on you.
It's on you, yeah.
It's on you.
Yeah,
Like,
Mm-hmm.
ain't no if and buts. You know what I mean? A degree couldn't put me in this business.
Yeah.
Come on.
At all. So it's like, when I do certain stuff, or when I'm in different places where I'm shooting different things, you know what I mean? A lot of people get offended, but they uncomfortable with, like, how are you qualified? God qualified me.
God
to be here.
qualified
Come
you.
on now. The Lord qualified me.
If you
Yeah.
want to think a tree qualified me, I don't care.
Come on.
But that's it. Like, all those things that you said, and, you know, go back to the beginning when I said the year of the mature, like being more mature, our perspective has to change.
Yeah.
Way.
And not seeing like, oh yeah, they treat you like this because your age, all this stuff. Thank you.
Yeah.
I get excited
I,
now.
lo-
It's like,
I love that.
I get excited now. It's a scripture. It was like, it's like, get excited when trials and tribulations
Yeah.
come.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't, if that's
able to
not
rejoice.
happening, that's a reflection of more that's going on.
That make me go harder.
No, it's like you should get excited that it's happening.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad, because it's preparing me for something more
Yeah.
that I wouldn't have capacity for.
Ooh. too. I feel like in today's age,
She talking.
like
You don't hear y'all
especially
right now.
like our freaking generation are so offended at every little thing. Like we make up offenses, which is the wildest thing. Like I ain't expect this like growing up on South Park and Family Guy and all the most offensive cartoons that we like enjoyed. And then we get grown and now, oh my gosh, I can't believe they said that.
We have
That
to
must be-
cancel him.
That has to be a Karen. That has to be a Karen. He has to be a car. Like, what is we talking about? Why are you so? Why are you controlled by the world so easily?
That's good.
When you grew up in a like, I feel like a world of offense. Like we grew up, everything was offensive, and we was like, all right, like why now? Oh my gosh, I can't go to work. I can't do this. I can't, like.
It's because people want to hold on to their truth. My truth. This is my truth.
Boy, that's
My
a
truth.
lie. And a hat. Oh my gosh.
People
Hey,
want to hold on to my truth so bad.
I
bad.
can't stand that.
And it's not about you.
I can't stand that saying because
all.
when we think about it,
Come on.
the only truth that actually exists
Hello.
is God.
Hello.
Jesus
have
Christ. Let me make it plain and simple.
Yeah, please. Thank you.
The only truth that actually exists is Jesus Christ. And I had to, man, I was driving the other day. I had this like semi-revelation, not semi, wholehearted
semi.
revelation. I almost swear to God. Right? No,
You was about to reveal
I'm like-
yourself to the Lord.
like I was driving and I was just like thinking on God. And then like I thought of that verse where Jesus is saying, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. Right? And I'm like, dang, Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. And even if things happen in our reality that we can see, that's not according to who Jesus is, it's still a lie.
Yep.
If it can factually happen, bro, this is the wildest. If somebody gets a divorce through because of cheating and adultery and stuff like that, somebody gets a divorce, the adultery is a lie and the divorce is a literal lie, but it actually happened. The thing is, like, Jesus is so real that things could be real and they still fake. That's what
Yeah.
real truth is.
Spiritual
It's like
truth, yeah.
regardless of what is literally going on in your life, and this is the great part about God. Regardless of what's really going on in front of you, there is a higher truth
Come on.
to all things, which lies in Jesus Christ. And that's where, like, I feel like we just, like, this generation just threw it all away.
Kind of like turn like.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm gonna live in my truth. That's the biggest lie of the enemy.
That's the
Like, if
enemy.
we all could create truth, then everying a lie.
That's the enemy. But that's the
A
only
truth leading.
Literally, but that's the
Truthfully,
thing. Remember earlier, before we even started talking, we said that God is the only one that knows our heart.
Come on.
The enemy doesn't know your heart.
He be making
He
stuff.
don't know your thoughts. He only knows your pattern.
Mm.
So if you keep like my truth, he's going to hang on every single truth
Yeah,
that
for
you
sure.
think you
that
are,
you believe you
that
are.
you believe you are, and he's going to throw you patterns.
Yeah. So
That's
hey,
all-
I know you enjoy this. Hey, I see you enjoy that. Remember. And they bring up your past. Hey, you remember her? Or
Yep,
You remember
him.
You remember this?
I said I ain't
that-
think.
that-
But he doesn't know the inner working.
Come
doesn't know that
on.
because man, people give the devil so much power. It's ridiculous. And now we're going to a whole nother thing.
Wow.
The devil so much power. It's insane.
It's outrageous.
Yep.
Man,
It's outrageous.
Hey, I seen this video of this what's his name? It was this singer, and he was at this church, and it was an all-black church in Atlanta. This joint going viral, I think. And
The swag is-
swag,
swag
sir.
is-
Swag,
Hold on,
sir.
you talking
William
William
Murphy.
Murphy?
Yeah.
Oh my
No.
God.
William Murphy, a dog.
Shout out to William Murphy. Come to
Big shout out to
Hey,
I have no problem with how they did that.
at all. I don't.
Why would we though?
But if they was out now at wash night service, and they were in the clubs like swagging and surfing,
Yeah.
would it have been different?
Would it be
I went out for New Year's. I was not in church. But my grandmother was like, "Yeah, I'll be in church." I said, "I'll be in church too, but it's a different type of church." I was out. It's where 2 or 3 are gathered. So
Yeah.
whether they doing swag surf in the church, it's the fact that it's the intention behind it.
Yeah.
I think people miss that.
Yeah.
They see, oh, this is bull. They don't supposed to be doing that. But you wasn't there. You don't know the
don't
attention.
know the
Nigga, you wasn't even in the building.
Bruh. Jesus literally preached the gospel in hell. Like, stop talking to me.
He said, "Whosoever."
He went to hell.
Come on, man.
Preached the gospel and pulled up out.
Hey,
like,
Sim,
stop. You
Sim.
acting like God can't be
Tell these
Where
niggas to
people
stop being
rejoice.
sensitive, man. Tell them to stop being sensitive, man.
But
You-
but
Oh
it
my
go,
goodness.
but you can't honor your relationships. But you worried about a swag and serve.
Oh my God. You worry about swag and serve,
But you lying on your taxes.
you need to clean your
You can't stop eating.
You can't stop eating.
Hey, you need to clean your house.
You can't wake
Hello.
up-
You need to
wake
watch your kids.
Your
What-
microwave
up- you
is
can't wake
dirty.
up in the morning.
Yeah.
You can't stop drinking. You can't stop
No.
smoking.
They worry about swag and serve. But the depression on them so heavy they can't even get out of bed. Come on.
You couldn't even swag and surf if you wanted to.
You couldn't
man.
like
Cause the stronghold
we
so
acting
heavy.
like
on
the
you.
Lord didn't
Come
create
on, man.
celebration.
Stop
Hello.
playing.
We acting like the Lord didn't
The
create
scripture says in
music.
all things give
We
glory
acting
to God.
Like
in
people
all.
act like because the name of Jesus isn't in the music, that the music isn't about the Lord.
They said this why I don't go to church now. You ain't been in 10 years.
Come on.
Sit
You ain't been in 10 like,
back on that couch, man.
Hello.
Before I whoop your head. Before I whoop your head. Hey, crazy.
Hey, to switch gears a little bit.
Okay.
Like when it comes to like we speaking on the Lord and everything, like one of the things that you are big on is enforcing gun
Safety.
enforcing gun safety, and like we wouldn't have justice without the Lord above. So can
Come
you
on.
speak to like what possibly was a pattern that you saw in your own life to get to that like gun safety?
So the thing is with, and this is where I've been doing the big push.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of, as far as with gun violence prevention, people are always just talking about the gun, and we forget the root causes. And the root causes is access to health care, access to food, access to jobs.
Wow.
All those things led up to me.
Yeah.
But gun violence, and I also lost a sibling, people in my family to gun violence that has teared up part of my family just in general. But it all has to do with the root causes.
Yeah.
What's happening today in the world, and it's happening. It's on purpose, but they're forgetting what's actually causing the violence, what's actually sparking the violence.
Yeah.
They are giving people. They always talk about people of color because we're disproportionately impacted by gun violence, but we are always talking about like lack of opportunity. They've given people opportunity. Now they need to work on the access part.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing that I've been working on, because how do you implement something? How do you work on reduction when people are literally trying to survive? They don't care about your food bank across town that they can't get to.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? How can you create policies that meet them at their door?
Oh my God.
Like, those are the things that I know that I'm here for. Like, even like people, and it's like the people in my dad ward, the 10th ward, when we talk about the ghetto in general, it's like the first word people want to go to in the context, because the violence is so bad, is ignorance.
Yeah.
But if you've been put under the level of oppression that you been put under, why do you think they're going to focus on anything else other than survival?
Come on.
Like, I have a whole thought process of how I think and how I engage it, which I'm not going to even go that far. But I know it's on me to figure out the best ways we can bring it to their attention, and not bring it to their attention in the way we think we should.
Yeah.
Bring it in the attention where they are.
Mm.
You are trying to tell a dude to put the gun down, but he got rats in his apartment.
Yeah.
It's not the gun, it's the rats.
Come on.
Like,
I'm
you
trying-
focus.
Like somebody, like people are trying to live.
And
People are trying to
People are
live.
trying to live.
trying to feed their family.
People are trying to feed their family. You're trying to put, so it's just like making sure for the things that I work on and the mayors that I engage,
Yeah.
that we're focusing on the human. It goes back to honoring relationships.
Honoring
It goes back to the human infrastructure. It's
That is crazy.
focusing on the human infrastructure and how we can just stop telling people what they should be doing and figuring out what they're doing, what they're trying to do, and how we can bridge that.
Yeah.
Like, we black people, we are not in, a lot of us, not a lot, but our generation, we're more so into familiar politics.
Yeah.
We're not in the Democratic, Independent, Republican politics. We're in what's familiar.
Yeah.
We are very driven by propaganda. That's just like them checks. It's a line in a rap that says, drop the bag and feed the whole hood. Trump did it.
Mm.
They thought those checks, those like stimulus checks, came from Trump. It didn't. It came from Congress, the Democratic Congress.
Yeah.
The same way that Trump is using propaganda to engage people of color to think a certain way,
Yeah.
we need to take a play out of the rule book to get
Come on.
the stuff our people need.
Yeah.
But we're so caught up on how things, the ego of something, of how people will view us, that we can't even help people when they're trying to survive. Like, so I'm just focused on making sure the policies make sense, that we meet people at their door.
Yeah.
And that we're not focusing. I did an expungement seminar maybe 6 years ago. I literally sent out Eventbrite link, and this was my L. Eventbrite link. It was like 75 registrants. We had pro bono lawyers, but I did it in the heart of downtown. It was during the day. I did like only 10 people showed up, not realizing that I probably should have either did it during nighttime, gave them access to bus passes, maybe had food there, figure out what, if you couldn't come, what lawyers could I send to the house just to go over.
Yeah.
It's certain ways, like we have to think through strategy.
Yeah.
And I think like I have to always check myself. Ariel, you are doing work to more than just pay your bills. You're doing work to shift generational curses.
Yeah.
Like, and so if I have to bring it to them, like, this is a whole like stuff that I'm dealing with inside myself. But it's getting more disciplined in how I treat myself in my daily.
Yeah.
So I can show up in the way and build capacity for doing things like that and going a step further.
Yeah.
If I don't go the step further, it's gonna be empty space. Like it's gonna keep going around the same circle.
People just trying to get comfortable.
Our people are not gonna get what they needed. I'm gonna still stay in my same comfortable space. I'm not gonna have capacity. I'm not gonna be able to engage. It's gonna be the same thing. And now you got a whole another generation of people going through the same thing.
Yeah.
Now you got a whole generation of people shooting and killing each other. Like, so that's just my mindset. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
totally. That like you answered that and then some.
Okay.
And a lot more, like, because I mean, I grew up in Cleveland. He grew up in Streetsboro or something like that.
Twinsburg.
But
Wow. Twinsburg is like edge of the earth.
yeah.
It is.
Like, yeah.
I just-
Neither here or there, but
Twinsburg.
but so I grew up like I relate, and I love what you were just mentioning and saying and stuff like that, because I'm from like I'm talking about Morris Black, 79th and Kinsman, you know what I mean, 55th and Whitney, you know what I'm saying. I lived all over Superior, all that kind of stuff. I lived all over Cleveland, and that trying to survive is real, because I've lived in shelters with my mom. We've been homeless. You know what I mean? All that kind of stuff. So I totally understand. And even going to like the root of it, talking about like, it ain't they might have made a bad mistake at that moment. But what drawed them to that moment was they back was against the wall. They had no out.
Yeah.
I don't even call it a bad mistake anymore. They did what they had to.
They did what they had.
I'm trying to survive. I got kids at the house that gotta eat.
You think
And
that a little boy that's in a homeless shelter and he come to school, you think that's what he gonna be focused on?
Come on, man.
Now you doing performance levels and you don't even know what they got going on internally.
Exactly.
I'm talking about. Boy, I used to walk to shoes with walk to school with holes in my shoes.
Yeah.
That's
It was
what
that. Come on, man.
You're elected.
You
Yeah,
talked about at school.
you're elected official. All these people need to be thinking about those things.
Yeah.
Like, how you think that kid feel mentally?
Bro, I work at a school. I work at a Catholic school on Harvard and Broadway and Holy Name Elementary. And like to be able to see like certain kids who have like you can tell the difference from the children who have like I won't even say a lot, but they have a healthier outlook a healthier perspective. Like they do have food in the fridge. They do have like both parents in the household. Like they still may be a little rowdy, but you got these kids, and then you got the others who like who mama solo living check to check, got like a whole slew of kids, like 11 kids in the house, and they like like fighting. And like you see these kids, and I'm thinking of some specific children, but you see these kids and you see like their form of survival in the school,
because they're not living. They're
They're
surviving.
surviving, and their survival tactic is walls built. Their survival tactic is like, I'm on guard. I'm ready to fight anybody at any time. I don't care what nobody got to say. Until you have people around them, until you have a village. Like in our school, like we like legit love these kids. That's one thing that like I can say, like we like put our heart and our soul like into these children, for the simple fact that I know what you're going back to. You're going to be here for a few hours. You're going to get loved on. Yeah, you ain't got to worry about your work right now. Tomorrow, probably. But you ain't got to worry about it right now. Go take a nap. Because I know you didn't sleep. Because you've been taking care of your little sister who like couldn't sleep, or you've been taking care of your mama who couldn't, like, who was drunk. Like it's so many like surviving children like within these districts. Man.
And then you trying to figure out why they grow up.
Why they grow up and they losing it.
Environment.
And then it's like, it's scientific. It shows like you are as young as your last trauma. So I had to go like to therapy in the context of like when my mom died when I was 12.
Yeah.
I had a thing as an adult where I felt like I didn't belong anywhere, and it was impacting my relationships, how I engaged with people. And as I went to therapy, and I forgot where it came from.
Yeah.
And so when I went to therapy, it took a few months, and then I remember the first time I felt like I didn't belong.
Yeah.
First time I felt like I didn't belong was the day of her funeral. Me and my sister, and I have a loving family, so they probably just, their mom was in a different place. But me and my sister were sitting in the driveway, and they had nowhere to put us. The family car was full. We end up having to share the front seat, and my leg was caught between the gear shifts.
Oh.
And in my mind, I'm like, man, the woman that was obligated to my needs is no longer here.
Yeah.
And from that time, that trauma at 12, it followed me into being a grown woman.
Yeah.
And I'm responding to people out of that.
Ooh.
That trauma that happened at 12, it had nothing to do. And then I'm automatically putting a defense or offense up because I feel like I don't belong.
Yeah.
From that time. Think about how much those kids, the trauma that they go through, they engage with, and how how it's shown through their day-to-day stuff. They don't have people they could actually talk about it or unpack it. And that's why it takes us.
Yeah.
Like, we can't just go home and just sit on the couch and watch TV.
No.
We got to figure out ways to engage and also hold our elected officials accountable. Like, I think a lot of time with the Black community in general, it's like we want our elected officials to say X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And they can't, because the people that will vote for them, they can't say it. They can't say that in order to get in office. Now, if they do say the stuff y'all want them to say, y'all not there to show up.
Exactly. That's crazy.
So now they're trying to honor what they're called to do.
Yeah.
And get into space by any means necessary.
Yeah.
And honor the people that are going to show up for them with the vote, even if they have to kind of finesse. But when they don't do what you want, say if they do what you ask them to do.
Yeah.
And then the whole people who are for them go missing.
And don't. Yeah.
And then y'all don't even show up.
Come on.
It's like, I like people who look like us. I just want, like, it's like, please understand more. And all thy getting, my boy, get knowledge. Like, get something. Understand what's happening.
Understand what's happening in the world.
Understand what's happening.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's something that I'm called to do.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up in a mechanic shop on Yukon in London, in the middle of the ghetto. This was not supposed to happen for my life.
Exactly.
When my mother died at 12, of course I'm a product of Harvest Hope Food and all those things. But my life would have been a little different. But I like, even with my mother dying, I believe all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord.
Come on.
I do, and who are, called according to His purpose. And I know that switch and being able to engage in Cleveland. I knew in Cleveland, like I knew at 12, my dad went to Shaw, riding down EC. I knew I was going to come back here at some point when I was older, because I knew that at some point in my life, it's a pattern. I knew that responsibility is going to be here somewhere.
Wow.
And now that I have the maturity to see it, I didn't see it before. I thought I was like going to come here and just be, now that I have responsibility to see it, it's like, it's on me to actually do it.
Yeah.
And I know that our people, we need somebody who cares beyond them. We make our relationship with God, it's like, it's just me and God, and it's not.
It's not.
You got
He called us the body.
think about Harriet Tubman.
You.
Literally think about her. If you watch the movie, and if you watch the movie, she end up, her husband, she went to free slaves. When she came back, her husband was married to somebody else. Do you think that point in her story mattered in the context of how many people she set free, and in the context of what it means in history today?
Get them up out of.
We get so caught up on a breakup. We get caught up on losing something.
Come on.
I don't have time to be sad about a man.
Ooh.
It's not going to matter compared to eternity.
Come on.
It's like, it's not.
Come on.
So it's like, once you get out of your own way, and in the thing of like, it's me and God, and of course He's going to do all those things for you, but it's much bigger than that. It's generations to come. We are here. Life is but a vapor.
Come on.
It's literally take a spray bottle, it sprays out, and it's going to drop down.
It is. Yep.
And you worried about because Fifi ain't text you back. What?
I always think about like how, like, in scripture, people love being lone wolves, or like portraying that
they love.
I'm not a sheep. Boy, you following something? People, for real, like,
wait,
somebody got you.
Somebody got you.
Somebody got you. You
Would
might
you
not
like
know
to know? Yeah.
Somebody got
Start
you.
with a D, ends with an L.
Right. Let me see your fruit.
Let me see your fruit. No, for real. But people love to like portray that they're lone wolves, and I got out the mud. Like, nobody has done. You didn't even get here yourself.
Come on.
Two people had to come together to formulate who you even, like, for you to come into existence. So there's no such thing as like a solo walk. Like, we could love to believe it.
It's a slap in the face to God.
Me and my relationship with God, it's only, you got some work, and you got to plant some things. You got some fruit to, like, you got some fruit to harvest.
Even Jesus needed 12.
Jesus needed 12, and one betrayed.
Hello.
He needed somebody to betray him, which is wild.
But that's the thing. That goes back to just when we were talking about, like, all these things that, like, people treating you some type of way, all those things. As I build my government affairs firm, I'm looking for betrayal, and I'm excited about it.
Come on.
Woo. You know what I'm saying?
Show me the true colors.
Like, but it's not even nothing like God. Jesus was a man, like, of many, many suffering, grief, all those things.
Yeah.
For me to, like, to be in his, to experience the fullness of joy that He has, I have to experience the fullness of suffering. Like, who are you? Like, who? Like, are you letting that betrayal, like, deviate you from the promise that God gave you?
Oh my gosh, you on here talking crazy.
Like, the betrayal is actually a mark that the promise is coming. People, it's like, oh, got it.
That's all, folks.
Got it. That is.
Look,
heavy.
we're gonna be here all night.
No,
we're gonna be here all.
Because I'm like, this ain't over.
We're gonna be here. We're gonna be here all night. So how like coming back and doing all of this work and the things that you're doing now, how does that make you feel?
How does it make me
like
feel?
Helping, helping change a generation.
I'm still trying to, like, I think I'm still trying to feel it.
Ooh, yeah. I get that.
I'm still learning the power of my influence, because it's not necessarily in social media numbers. It's not necessarily in all these different spaces, but I know I have influence.
Exactly.
And I have moments where I'm like, man, like, Ariel, like, you actually are doing what you, like, parts of what you call to do. Because I got commas in me. COMMAS. It's more to me than what I'm doing right now in this moment. But it makes me feel, it sobers me up. Like, I'm honored. I think we sometimes forget to, we take for granted where we are.
Yeah.
And when I have the ability to maneuver like I do, beyond how most people don't know, if you know, you know, most people who don't know how I maneuver, but the ability that I have to maneuver across the country is sobering. Cause I'm 31, I'm barely 135 pounds, light skin, green. Who the hell? I couldn't college my way to the spaces that I'm in.
Come on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is literally a God thing, how I interact with people. Like, how I engage with people. That's a God thing.
Yeah.
I couldn't have done it all. So it makes me, it sobers me up every time because it could be different.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I love that.
it could be different.
It could be different.
It could.
It could have been me.
Oh
It
my.
would have been me. It should have been me if it wasn't for the blood.
It could be
Come
different.
on.
Yeah.
It just it makes me feel, it's like sobering.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
I
really
love.
good.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's great.
That's really good.
It could have been different.
Before we let you go, oh my gosh, I don't want to stop. But
At all.
before we let you go, we do something on Here to Inspire all the time where we ask, what would you say to somebody out there who would you inspire or say to somebody out there who may want to like be a influence and be sober minded when they are able to be in that seat, to be in that position that you're in? What would you say to that 6-year-old girl looking at white box television at the next candidates of the United States?
If I'm talking to somebody that believes in the Lord, it would be the joy of the Lord is your strength. So you're only as strong as your joy when you're building. Like, you're only as strong as your joy in Him.
Yeah.
It's not in what success looks like. It's not in what your bank account looks like. It's not in what your relationships or none of that.
Yeah.
You're only as strong as your joy in Him. You need joy to build.
Yeah.
Like,
Shit.
literally.
That's good.
So that
You need joy to be.
you need joy to build.
Joy to build.
Oh my
Ooh.
God! I'm taking that to the bank.
Not the grind, not the muscle.
None of that.
Joy.
You need
The joy of the
to
Lord
build.
is your strength.
Come
Not the
on.
joy of the Maserati, not the joy of the Bentley print on the back of the
joy
thing.
of the bank account. The
None
joy
of that.
It's
of the Lord is your strength.
Is your
Joy
strength.
of the Lord.
That in there
Been
you
hollering
can.
all episodes. Lord have mercy.
It's here to inspire.
It's here to inspire. We listening.
She inspiring.
No, for
We
real.
listening.
For real. You
Ugh.
just changed the show. No. No, for real. Like, you, dang, this is crazy. I am honored. I'm grateful. I'm just like super thankful that you
Oh,
said yes, not only to your position that you're in now, but also saying yes to like coming on to be able for our audience and whoever's listening, whoever is watching, like, you cold, bruh. Like,
we got a big shout out to Patrice.
big shout out to
Major,
Patrice, the legend.
major shout out to Patrice for the,
The legend.
connection.
The
Yeah,
connection
absolutely.
is
for
I honor
real.
y'all though, for real. Just going back to what I said, like, my life moves at the speed of relationships and people's resolve. And yes, y'all are literally going to shift culture, like, by your yes. You think it starts here. It's going to multiply literally before your eyes. You're not going to know. It's like the Lord said to me the other day, it's going to happen so quick your head will swivel, like literally be on a swivel. So it's like,
we see that.
They receive
yeah,
that.
I honor what y'all are doing and
Wholehearted.
being y'all self in it
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
pushing any other agenda but his, and
Come on.
I appreciate that.
Come on.
Yeah,
Come on,
appreciate that.
man. Hey, you got me stuttering.
Hello.
Come
got
on,
me stuttering.
man. For real, y'all.
Man.
Look. Usually, usually this the moment when I'd say, Sim, take us home. but
Man, I can't talk.
but look, man, it's been another great episode of Here to Inspire. Oh my goodness, I hope y'all learned something, took something, man. Take it, apply it to your life, man.
Run with
run with it. Sim just said run with it, man. Oh, I don't even know where to go because this was such a great episode. We appreciate you coming on. Where can the people find you?
Ooh, you're gonna find me.
if that's a thing.
That's cool.
Can they find you
Yeah.
anywhere?
At Ariel LCP, so ARIEL LCP.
Okay. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share, all that kind of stuff. Everything will be in the description below, links and everything like that, man. Appreciate y'all watching. Appreciate you listening. Make sure y'all come again. I don't know. This has been a great episode. I don't know how we signing off, but we'll holler at y'all in a minute, though.
Love y'all. God bless.
Peace.